Good morning, everyone. Hope you guys are doing well. Today I want to make a video and I want to be talking about from having type 1 diabetes to having type 2 diabetes. Um, all being said, I've been a diabetic for I think close to 10 years now. Uh, from 2014, I was 24 years old back then. And I was diagnosed with diabetes, you know. And I thought I was type 1 because I don't remember if they really use a diabetes uh, panel to figure out I'm type 1 or type 2 or whatever. So from 2014 till last year, I was I had type 1 until I saw a endocrinologist last year, and we did a diabetes panel, which I agreed to. But it turns out I still have insulin in my system. I got some insulin in my system. So instead of having type 1, now I got type 2 diabetes. So it was a mixed diagnosis, and from between 2014 to 2025, my A1C was a struggle. It went uh, from 8.5 down to, I think the lowest I've gone is 6.5, and then went back up again at 9.5, and then went down again at 7.2, went up again at 8.5, and then went down again. It's just been going up and down, up and down, up and down, and I just don't understand why. I'm taking insulin on time, I'm eating, counting my carbs and all that, and it still was in vain. And starting to have some minor complications with diabetes. Um, so after that true diagnosis of having type 2, we change everything around. So we start from scratch. So I've been taking Manjaro for about 4 months until I switched to Ozempic. Um, and I remember taking Manjaro, I felt, every time I eat a small meal, I'm always full. And after that, I started to exercise, started losing weight, slowly. I think within 6 months, I lost probably about 10 pounds from 180 till I think 172, and then lost another 9-10 pounds, so I'm at 158 using Ozempic. And I know it's my blood sugar. I'm no longer having high blood sugars, like above 200 anymore. Very rarely it goes up to 217, no, sorry, 215, but mostly it's under 200, which is good. Which is good. And I saw my A1C from 8.5 to 7.1, and then down to 6.2 just now, which is a big difference. I never seen 6.2 or in the 6 range in a very, very long time. And I began to change my diet. I'm with Ozempic, I'm eating small meals instead of eating like a whole box of pizza, or eating 2 cheeseburger and a large fry. No, I just eat like maybe just one cheeseburger, one small fry in a drink. That's it. Or eating, some fruits. Maybe once in a while, eat some fruits and veggies. Whenever I go to a Chinese buffet, I just, get some little bit of noodles with a whole bunch of broccoli, and they toss it with teriyaki sauce, make it more flavorful, so that I can eat. But everything has a cost. My insurance went up to, I think last year went up from 122 to 324. Now my insurance, I gotta pay $700 on top of paying my deduction, which I have to pay $1,497 for the medication that I am using. Um, and I'm sad to say that I am officially broke. I have less than $100 in my bank account. Probably get at least a week of groceries under $20. Until I get my next paycheck in 2 weeks. Managing type 2 diabetes has been a nightmare financially. Now I got now have to start budgeting. Now I gotta figure out, should I start side gigs? Should I start applying for getting a part-time job aside of working full-time? It's hard. Making these type of decisions is hard. And but the good thing is that my blood sugar is now under control again. And I'm off of insulin. Thank God. I'm off of insulin, and using the insulin that I have in my pancreas, and losing the weight, eating the right foods, is the most important part. But financially, I'm broke, and trying to find ways to survive through this inflation, of high cost of living and high cost of medical expenses, and it's really is challenging for me. Yes, I do cry at night. I may have to make some sacrifices. I may have to lose a lot of subscription. I may have to lose entertainment, lose all that, because I choose to pay to survive, to live. To me, I feel as if society or America has betrayed me of some sort. Taking care of my chronic illness has been a financial burden. Now I am deciding to step down as team lead at my local Walmart because I'm so hyperactive to the point where my blood sugar is starting to go low most often than normal, which is unusual. But I've been so hyper active, being so busy at work, the high stress of being yelled at by my store manager has been it's been nerve wracking. And I'm gonna have to talk with my store manager tomorrow. I had to take time off from work so that I can take care of my health. I think because if I go to work and my blood sugar goes low again in a longer period of time, I may pass out in the store and I had to go to the hospital, which I'm trying to avoid to go to the hospital. Um, and losing my job because of my chronic illness is one of my biggest fears. Oh, getting a job that no one will hire me because I have a chronic illness. I think to me that is my biggest concern, my biggest fear. Making money has been challenging for me. I tried everything. Doing a job, creating content. Sometimes I had to get outside of my box and maybe sell unwanted stuff on Facebook Marketplace and make some money there, and I think health is, I just say health is wealth. I gotta take care of myself in order for me to work, in order for me to enjoy life as best as I can. I wish I was wealthy, and it's gonna be a rough road ahead. Um, um, and my biggest fear is being homeless and dealing with my chronic illness. I think that's one of my biggest fears. Um, as a diabetic person, you don't have the resources to get healthcare if you're homeless. I'm not homeless. I'm just saying I'm afraid of being homeless. Um, and dealing with chronic illness, I think that I sometimes really need to readjust my mind a bit. You know, um, I'm highly considering talking with a therapist again. Um, and yeah, so that's my 2 cents. I just want to share with you guys what you know, how it feels to become type 2. Now I can easily imagine it more. My blood sugar is under control now, and I know there's some times I have low blood sugar more often than before, but I am happy that I got my life back again. Um, so thank you guys for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I'll see you in the next one.